Hey, I'm Grace. It's Marriage Monday, and for the next few months, we want to talk about friendship. Friendship is so important to our lives, but friendship is also so important to our marriages. Proverbs 17:17 says that a friend loves at all times. Now, all times must include the bad times, and the bad times come and they go because of the flaws and the imperfections that exist within you and within me. I married a flawed and imperfect person. Alyssa definitely married a flawed and imperfect person in me. Now, before you enter into marriage, you're getting to know one another, you're in a relationship, and we may feel or think that the other person is perfect, if not near perfect. And then we enter into marriage, and all of those flaws, all of those imperfections are brought to the surface. They're uncovered, and they begin to fly in the face of many of the things that we thought we were getting in the other person. And then what? We have to learn to deal with their flaws and our flaws. We have to learn to love at all times. Now, some of the flaws and imperfections within us, they create deep incongruities, and those incongruities can be laughable at times. We laugh at one another because of the flaws and the mistakes that exist. And I believe that that's necessary and healthy. But some of the flaws and imperfections can also be deadly serious. I believe in the high ideal of love, but I know that I'm flawed despite believing in the high ideal of love because I hurt the people I love the most. And so while I don't stop believing in the high ideal of love, I have to go on. And not only do I believe in love, but most importantly, I believe in the God of love. See, today, we live in a cancel culture. If you discover a flaw in me or an imperfection in me in something I say or I do, then you cancel me out. You cancel my appearances, my shows. You cancel subscriptions. That's the kind of culture that we live in. There is no grace for flaw and imperfection. We cancel each other out. But a cancel culture is a graceless culture, and it will never work for or in marriage. And so we are not a graceless culture. We are a grace culture. And so when we discover flaws and imperfections within one another, we call upon the God of love. We remember him who didn't cancel out us for being flawed and imperfect, but he canceled out our flaws and our imperfections by dying for us on the cross out of love for us. And it's that God that comes to reside within our lives and to live within the midst of our marriage, so that as he loved us at all times, we can also love one another at all times. And for our imperfections and for our flaws, we can apply the grace of God.